He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met, huge inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human, he just doesn't give up, he doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy, give it up for my guy, Max Jimenez, baby!
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Closers Lab. I'm Max Jimenez, your host. Thank you guys all for joining us. Give me 1 second. All right, I was having some technical difficulties there. What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me today. Put in the comment sections where you're tuning in from. Where you're watching from, what market you in, represent your market. And again, welcome to the Closers Lab. I'm Max Jimenez, and today this is a live show, obviously, like always. So one thing I ask is that if you have that you go like it and you subscribe to it if you haven't subscribed yet, and then share it with someone, share it with one person. You know that I don't charge for anything. I don't charge for the show. The only thing that I ask is that you share this with someone and that you let people know about it. Someone that you think should get better. Let's go. We got a couple people jumping on now. If you guys can hear me, it sounds like you guys can hear me, so I appreciate that. Jorge, appreciate it, bro. Isaac, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for jumping on all the way from Dallas, Texas, in the house. Las Vegas, what's going on? I love it. I love it. NYC in the house. Abraham, New York. Greensboro, North Carolina. Let's see. We got all the way from Hawaii. Let's go. Floyd, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all the love that you get me, and I love the feedback, and thank you, brother. Thank you for supporting. So Isaac said, let's get an executed contract. Yes, let's get pumped up. Who's ready to get a contract today, man? Let's go. Let's see. Who do we got? We got Andre from Greenville, South Carolina. Let's go. Perfect. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Zeus with the news. Downtown Phoenix just made some follow-ups, and now we're here. Let's go. Already rocking and rolling, man. I love it. One thing that I always recommend is that when you come watch this show, don't just come to watch it so you could absorb the information, but go out and apply it right away. Like, do not wait, right? So we got V from Houston, Texas. Man, Texas is in the house today. Come on, where's everybody else at? Come on, Texas is represented. We got Dallas. We have Houston in the house. Actually, I'll be in Houston. Quick announcement, I'll be in Houston the 24th through the 26th. If you guys want to connect with me, if you are in Houston, connect with me. I will be at the Real Estate Entrepreneurs event put on by my friend Ricardo Rosales. So I'll be there. Abraham, appreciate the fire emojis. Who do we got? Harvey, let's go. Buenos días, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Estamos muy bien, gracias. Juan said, hey, Max, Ricardo's team here. I love it. New Jersey in the house. My buddy Ross, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Callie in the house. Man, you guys are amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you, guys. Andre said, thank you for bringing us the game, bro. You're welcome, man. No problem. And then we got another Houston in the house. Houston, Texas. Man, that's Houston, Texas is representing today, guys. All right, so let's get to it. Remember, this is a live show. Ask your questions. Leave your comments. We have if you guys don't know yet, if you have not been on Tuesdays, I'm actually showing you there's two separate shows, right? Same set, two separate shows. So Tuesdays, I'm showing you how to cold call. I'm showing you the 4 elements of the cold call, which is which is the intro, the pitch, and then also converting the cold call lead and outcome, right? So I'm showing you those things on Tuesdays, and today's call is different than Tuesdays. So for those of you that maybe just jumped on the Tuesday calls, and I'm probably going to be announcing this on and off because I know there's new people that jump on and they want to know what the difference is between Tuesday and Thursday. And so Thursday, we're talking about real estate sales and negotiations. It's not about cold calling. This is about calling someone already that your VA sent in, or let's say that you have a follow-up with them. And that's what this show is today. Like, we're actually going into the meat of negotiations, right? That's the difference from Tuesday from today. So for those of you guys that have joined me on Tuesday and never have joined me before, this show, that's what that's about. So in less than 24 hours, guys, we're going live, and I'm going to make this announcement. This will be the last day that I'll announce this. Rafael Cortez and myself are holding a 1-day wholesale intensive masterclass. On Tuesday night, I actually gave a presentation of a little bit of what we're going to talk about in that masterclass. If you were on that call on Tuesday, man, it was amazing. We were it was scheduled for an hour and a half, and we went 2.5 hours. We over delivered, right? And so didn't hold nothing back. So I gave them a snippet of that presentation. If you were on that call, if you're on here now and you were on that call Tuesday night, let me give me some feedback. What was your thought? What did you take away from it? Drop some fire emojis, some thumbs up. It was honestly, like I said, it was scheduled for an hour. We went 2.5 hours. We over delivered. But that's what we're gonna do, right? If you have not signed up, go to the wholesaleintensive.com, the 1-day masterclass. Today's the last day to sign up. And then we have like 5 spots left, I believe, 5 or 6. I haven't talked to Rafael yet. And then what's cool is you're going to have the support afterwards. You're going to get 4 live calls. And again, we're going to over deliver on those calls for the next 4 weeks. So basically tomorrow's the wholesale intensive masterclass. And then on Tuesday, we start right away. Like, we're running with this thing. We're not waiting. We're not waiting 30 days. We're not waiting 3 weeks. Next Tuesday, we're running. You're going to get the support, because here's what happens. I'm going to say this again. I put on so many workshops, and I've been to so many workshops. I've been to a lot of masterminds. I've been to a lot of events. And what happens, you learn a lot of information, but the questions don't come until the implementation and taking action part happens. So what Rafael and I said, hey, he came to me and said, Max, are you open to, adding a bonus? And I said, what's the bonus? The implementation. We're talking about giving you 4 calls for the next 4 weeks, 1 call a week, so we can help you. So when the questions come up, guys, I'm a dual function. I have a dual functionality. I'm a high level operator because I've operated in the business. I'm somewhat of an integrator when it comes to understanding systems, plus a visionary. And then, so I love sales and I love systems. So we're going to be talking about both. Now, Rafael is a killer in both as well too. The guy is a high level business, coach. And then also he's a well-known closer within his own right as well too. So you're going to have a combination of, understanding business structure, how to scale, things like that. And then also how to have, where I'm going to come in is I'm going to talk about and teach you how to build a sales process, because it's very important to have it. But anyways, that's the plug. I don't want to give, today's the last day to sign up. So if you are interested in that, go to the wholesaleintenstive.com and take advantage of the 4 free. There's no upsell for you to attend those calls. We're not doing a back end sale, nothing like that. It's going to be free. So cool. So now let's get back to what we're here for. Let's see. Looks like we got a couple more people jumping on. Oh, guys, real quick. I made an announcement today on Instagram that for every one of you that joins me on the live today, you guys are all going to get the 3 text templates. Now, make sure that you send me a DM at Real Max Jimenez on IG, or make sure that you reach out to me, tag me on your story that you are on the live, and then make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm going to give that to you for free, absolutely free. These are 3 text templates. The first one is going to be when you set up a follow-up with a hot lead and they're not picking up the phone for you anymore. There's a text that we send, and then we have a dual combination text of people that they agreed to work with you. They might have liked your offer, and for some reason they haven't signed the agreement, so they're ghosting you. So basically we call them bring them back to the dead. But let's see, LA in the house. I love it. Actually, let me go back here. So we got a couple more people. When are you coming to New York, bro? Invite me. Let's put something together. I love to come out there. Max, the best real estate show in the game right now. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for that feedback. That means a lot. Houston, here we go. Texas in the house. Let's go. LA in the house. Jared said, let's go. Abraham, appreciate the fire emojis. Smash that like button for our guy. Yes, please smash that like button. Share this with a friend. Abraham, I appreciate the fire emojis. Jane, Josue said, let's go. Isaac said, Max, do you have recommendations for a book on communication? Yes. So there's 2 books that I like to give. So the first one is called Asking Questions the Sandler Way, and that's by Anthony Garrido. Okay, so what that's going to do, it's going to put you in a situation. It's going to help you to be very strategic on how to ask questions, right? So that way you can be able to communicate. The other one, and that might not be directly with communication, but if you can get good at asking questions, it's going to help you. It's going to help you to that. But the two books, there's another book actually. Chris Voss, The Never Split the Difference, is actually a really really good book when it comes to communication itself. And then there's one called that's but make one thing I will recommend with the Chris Voss thing is make sure that you get the audiobook, because it's actually Chris Voss himself reading the book. And what happens is he actually not only reads it, but when he's talking about the negotiations, he's role playing, and you can hear his tonality, you can hear his approach, his demeanor on the phone. And so that's what I love about it. So that helps. A lot of stuff, 10 to 15% or 20% of the stuff that I do on here is actually from Chris Voss and not just from Sandler. But that one's a great book. And then there's one, oh man, I can't remember the book, but you have my phone number. Reach out, bro. Once I remember, I think it's called Linguistic Learnings or something like that. I can't remember for language, but that book is going to help out a lot. Man, it was fire. I took away the importance of having a sales process, also the advance agreement. Yes, Jordan, you were on that call for sure. I appreciate you, man, for being on there. I think we did man, it was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was great. And I'm glad that you were able to get that call on Tuesday night. So let's see. Yeah, Max, East Coast needs to happen. Yeah, brother, I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Claudio, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Hopefully everything's going good for you, bro. Thank you for joining. Chris Bazoo, man, what's going on, bro? Long time. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. I don't know if you're still in Phoenix, obviously. Jorge said Chris Voss book is fire. Yes, I agree 100%. Get both. Get the book and then get the audiobook. What I would recommend is to get both and then first listen to the audiobook and then go read the book and study the book, right? Because I believe the audiobook brings a lot of value, because again, we're talking about negotiating on the phones, and obviously I don't know if all of you know who Chris Voss is. You should, if you now. He's got the book Never Split the Difference. And so he was an FBI negotiator for years, and basically everything would be over the phone, right? He would negotiate with kidnappers and high level terrorists and things of that nature. And so basically he wrote the book to teach you how to never split the difference. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And Isaac said, appreciate it, brother. Chris, yes, we got to link up, bro. So anyways, quick announcement. I did a poll as well too. I did a poll and to see what you guys thought about to see what you guys thought about me doing a video. And the three options were advance agreements, how to get the price, and then also I think it's pain versus situation. It looks like an advance agreement is winning, so hopefully by the end, I'll check it out by the end of this call and see where we're at with it. So and I don't know if the poll is still on here or not, if you guys can see it, or I'm not sure, because for some reason, okay, yes, it is. All right, cool. So far, actually, pain versus situation is winning right now. So if you get a chance, go ahead and vote on that, and I'm gonna do a whole segment for free on that. So be on the lookout for that. So let's get it going. Let's get into this, right? Let's do some calls. Let's see what we get it. Let's see what we who we can talk to and figure out if if we can get a hold of somebody. So let's see. I'm gonna call somebody that reached out to me on Instagram. I guess they have a what is it called? A seller that's ready right now. Let me see if I can find the name. Let me see. Let me go back here. Oh, here it is. Perfect. So this is a property in Memphis, Tennessee. All right. And guys, remember, this is a live show. I want you to ask questions. I want you to give feedback. You guys know that I don't hold anything back when you ask questions. I'm not going to, hold anything back for you guys. So, man, you guys are amazing. Those comments are coming in hot. Hopefully I can keep up with all of them, but I'll try my best. All right, here we go. Perfect. Let's see. So maybe next week or the week after, I should have a better setup where I'm gonna get the roads. It hasn't came yet. I ordered it, so that way it'll be a lot better. You guys can hear a lot more clear when it comes to calling the seller. So let's give the seller a call and see where they're at. But hey, here's one thing for those of you guys that you guys see what I'm doing, right? Is a lot of you that might be watching, what happens, you get into analysis paralysis and you think that you got to have all the perfect systems. I'm going to give you an advice. You don't need to have the perfect systems when you're first starting off, or to go out there and get deals. Eventually, as you grow and as you start to get more deals, you are going to have to systemize, right? But don't get caught up to where it paralyzes you, so you don't take action. Don't let not having a dialer take action. There's certain ways. Google Voice. There's a call rail. There's different ways that you can use Google Sheets, Google Forms. There's a bunch of free resources that you can use, which I still use right now. But I just want to give you that advice. If you are like, man, I don't know what dialer to start, where I should go, what I should do, how should I keep track of the leads. That stuff's going to come eventually as you grow. And so but the thing right now is you need to focus on taking action, focus on calling sellers and locking up deals. That's really where your main focus should be. And then after that, obviously, you got to make decisions, as your first hire, your second hire, and then basically, start to go from there. Grow. Don't stay there. I'm not saying don't stay there. Push but don't let it paralyze you to not take action. That happens a lot, a lot that I see in this industry. So let's call Mitzi, see if she answers. All right, looks like I dialed the wrong number. Let's do this again. Let me know if you guys can hear that.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right, so I'm going to call her back really quick. Guys, don't mind my broken phone. I just dropped it yesterday. I didn't have a case on it and blap. All right, let's see. All right, here we go.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 901-626.
All right, so no answer on that one. She it's weird. Supposedly she was ready for a phone call for her team, but I'll give her a call a little bit later. Let's see. Let's call. Let me get caught up with some of these questions here real quick. Actually, let me call Adam. Let's see. And I don't know. It must be helium. This one is in Indiana. So this is a property in Indiana. Let's see what we got here. Actually, let's do this. Let's go back up. So we'll call Joyce.
Seven 0884.
All right, we're gonna call again.
Please leave your message for 70884525586.
Hi, Joyce. This is Max. I'm calling you because you spoke to one of my team members about your house over in 14319 South Westworth. I'm calling you because we'll do the that was a little longer than normal cliffhanger voicemail. So if you guys don't know, the cliffhanger voicemail actually works really well. So basically, you don't give a lot of information. Actually, I should have made it shorter than that. But two things that I'm doing there is I'm double dialing. Sometimes I'll triple dial, but I'm double dialing. And then what I just did is I left the cliffhanger voicemail because so what happens is that what the strategy behind the double dial is that think about a time when somebody called a number called you, because most numbers that don't know you or don't are calling you with a purpose, they're only going to dial you once, right? Think about every single spam number that has called you. How many times has a spam number called you? When they call you one time, that's it, right? They don't ever call you back. But what happens is that if there's an emergency, let's say that you're if there's an emergency and somebody's calling you, they're going to try to get a hold of you, right? So 7 to 8 out of 10 times, you're going to answer that phone call when they call you back to back, especially if you have kids, family members you take care of, a business maybe that you're running, whatever the case may be, right? 8 out of 10 times you're going to answer that phone. And Abraham said, double dial fire. Yep, of course, man. Abraham also said that has helped me out a lot, bro. You're welcome, man. Yeah, it's a great strategy. It's a great strategy to implement. The double dial and then also the cliffhanger voicemail. It increases your touch. It has definitely. There we go. See, Andre said that has been my go-to, the double dial and leave the cliffhanger voicemail. I love it, man. I love hearing that because it works. It works, like I said, and the only reason it works because it works on me, right? When there's a number that calls me the first time, unless I'm in a meeting or absolutely can't get it, I'm actually going to be picking up that phone. And then it works. I use never leave them. Yep, exactly. So he says, thank you for that. So yeah, man, it works really well. So all right, let's call Elaine. I'm glad that you guys are using it, man. I love it. So let's see. Let's call Elaine. Let's see if we can get Elaine on the phone really quick.
Hello.
Hi, I don't know if you can help me. I was trying to reach Elaine.
Yeah, who's this?
Oh, this is Max.
Oh, what are you calling me for, Max?
Oh, okay. You're Elaine.
Why are you calling me?
So I'm calling you because you had spoken to one of my team members about your property over at 1320 Wentworth Avenue. Said you might be considering selling that one.
Who's your partner?
I believe you spoke to, I want to say Anthony.
Okay.
So I have a couple. I have a couple of team members. So maybe you spoke with Anthony. Does that sound familiar?
Anthony who?
Well, I mean, I can't give you his last name, but it's Anthony. It starts with an M.
Why can't you give me his last name?
Or do you want to sell your property, or do you want to just ask questions about who he is?
Please remove my number on your list, okay?
Sounds good, Elaine. Take care. So, guys, again, I'm not. This is a good example of somebody that I gave him the information, I answered the question, I acknowledge, but not motivated, right? Like now he's trying to ask questions, last name. The next thing he's going to ask, what company are you with? Can you send me your LLC docs? I need to know this. Got to move on from people like that fast, right? And it wasn't quick. I asked, I said, hey, is this you? And then basically, once you start investigating, he doesn't want to do business. Exactly, man. And he might, I don't know, but I don't have, I'm not going to sit there and get interrogated. Now I answer his questions. Like he said, who's your partner? Right. And I said, his name is Anthony. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and have him interrogate me. So, let me see if I can get to some of your guys' comments. Let's see. Javier said, "What's up? What's up, Max? Came over from Naaman's Micro Tribe. I love it. Perfect, man. Let's see. I started with Google Voice. There you go, Abraham. You started with Google Voice. Exactly. Google Voice and Notepad. Go. Oh, look at that. I love it, Manuel. Thank you, man. Let's see. I'm getting it just fine. Perfect. That means you guys are hearing me. They say, and I'm time block right now. Coming back later with pencil and paper. Boom. Let's go. Let's see. What's this one say? This has been my go-to. Okay, so I think we already read that comment. He don't want to do business. Exactly. That's what I said. We already know the game. Yep, exactly. He again, once they start, here's a key thing. Again, make note of this. If you're taking notes, take note of this. Most people always say, "Man, I'm not getting good conversations. Talking to people." And what happens is that you guys hear me say this a lot, and I'm going to continue saying this because it's going to help you in the long run. You got to be in sifting mode and not convincing mode. Sift, not convince. Sift, not convince. Guys, put that in the comment section. Sifting, not convincing. Sifting, not convincing, right? Because what happens is that when you sift, let's say that I decide that I wanted to keep that call going. Well, guess what it's going to do? It's going to keep me from talking to the next person who actually it needs my help. That's the way I look at it, right? This guy doesn't need my help. He's holding me up, and so he's keeping me from finding an actual prospect that's going to work with me that needs my solution. And that's the way you have to look at it, right? Now, you have to do it properly. Like, I could have hung up on him a while back, but I introduced myself. I said who I was, and then he asked, "Who was your partner?" And I told him, "Hey, my partner's Anthony." Now he wants to know his last name. And I know where these calls go. The next thing he's going to say is, "What's your LLC?" and this and that. So, not a motivated seller. He's sorry, not someone that's engaged. They're fishing. They want to get information from you. We're sifters, not convincers, right? We're in the sifting business, not in the convincing business. So because what happens is we only want to work with a very small percentage of the marketplace, right? Majority of people aren't our clientele, or they don't fit our avatar. And when I hear a lot of people say, "Man, I don't know, this guy don't want to sell to me," and I always ask them, why do they want to sell? And they don't have an answer for that. My team, my acquisition guys, when they would come to me like, "Max, I have this situation, and here's what's going on. He wants this for the property, he wants that." Guess what was my first question? Why is he considering selling the property? If they couldn't answer that, they didn't get enough motivation. They didn't get enough pain. They didn't get enough intel. We shouldn't be going into the price, right? And that's the way you got to look at it, right? And one of my favorite saying is, an unengaged prospect is a dead prospect, right? That's what it is. An unengaged prospect is a dead prospect. And it's like when you play tennis, when you play ping pong, dodgeball, sports where you are required to participate, right? How fun are those things when you play them by yourself? They're not. You need somebody to reciprocate and to be able to get engagement. So let's see. Says, "Yo, Max, I sent you the lead yesterday through Instagram." Oh, Armando, I appreciate it, bro. A lot of times what happens when you guys message me, they'll go into like the spam section of Instagram. I don't know why it does that, but definitely it says doesn't want to do business. Yep, exactly. Jay said, "I love it. Max doesn't dance with the sellers or entertain the BS. The message gives, do you want to do business or not? No time wasted." Yeah. It's a mindset thing, right, Jay? It's not easy to get there, guys. I'm not saying that I got here overnight with that mindset. But one thing that you need to understand is that the sooner, the faster that you can get into a mindset as act as if. So acting as if is basically act as if you don't need the business. Act as if you already have $1 million in your bank account. Act as if you already have your pipeline full. And when you start taking that approach, what happens is that it's going to allow you to feel more comfortable to disqualify someone, right? It's a mental game too, man. And like I said, I wasn't always at this level mentally, approaching the sellers this way. But the sooner that you can get to that point, it's going to be a lot easier for you when you are talking to sellers. But Let's continue. Let's make a couple more calls here. Let's see if we can get a hold of someone, obviously, because that's what we do here is make live calls. We don't just talk about it, we be about it. Guys, I appreciate all the comments. Sifting, not convincing. Andre, appreciate it. Joshua said we are sifters, not convincers. Man, I love that. I love that. Thank you guys for commenting that and participating. Let's see. Chicago. Let's see what kind of properties in Chicago. All right.
Hello.
Hello, Tamber.
Yeah.
Hi, Tamber. My name is Max. I'm calling you because you had spoken to my partner about your property over at 8546 Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said you might be considering selling that one.
Yeah.
Okay, probably caught you at a bad time.
Well, no. It's not that. You can tell me what is.
All right, perfect. I appreciate that. Yeah, so he obviously he passed me over the information and he had some notes on here. You know how it is, Tamber. The notes don't always tell the notes don't always tell the whole story. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions before I get started?
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Okay, perfect. So I noticed on the notes, so this property, one of the things that I'm seeing in regards to so this is land, correct?
Yes, exactly.
It is land. Okay, perfect. That's okay. We also look at land and so tell me a little bit more about what's going on with these lots. Are they, what's the situation with them?
You need what you need to know about this land?
Yeah, what are they build ready? Do they have water? Do they have utility? What's going on with them?
Well, sir, this is land. This is like a vacant land, like the city standard lot. That's all it is.
Okay, so what about utilities? Is there utilities there?
Well, I don't have any utility or anything because it's just a vacant land, sir.
So you don't know what it has on there.
No.
Okay. So what I mean, I guess and just out of curiosity, what has you considering selling these?
Well, sir, I have I think it's a 4 lot. I tell your partner last time.
Yeah.
That I have 4 lots, and each lot, if I'm not wrong, about a year ago, I had each lot about 29,000. They give me offer or 29 or 32 something. They give me the offer. I don't even remember because at that time I was not interested to sell it. But one of my colleague, he's like a real broker. He told me that the price is going up, and I thought if I should get something better price, I'll look for it. So, but your partner, I think he gave me just $15,000, $16,000. I said, I don't want to do it.
So when you say better price, what do you mean by that?
Well, something better. I tell him, well, in my mind, I was thinking about something over 40,000 each plot. So your partner said there is no way. I said, well, then I have nothing to lose because it's just my vacant lot. They are sitting over there. Few $100 is taxes per year, so I don't lose anything basically on this one. So, and then if something in your mind, let me know. If I like it, I will go from it. But something like 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to sell it. It's better to have it.
So just so I can, just to make sure that I heard you right. So you're telling me that there's 4 lots. You have no idea what you can build, or you don't have no idea if there's water.
No. I know what I can build. I can build this single family house over there, and I can change this because I have this four vacant lot together. I can do it the condominium on this lots over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to change any zoning or I don't want to do anything.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want, and then the other thing I heard is that you're looking to get $40,000 for each one.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be shocked because one about like a year and a half ago, I sell one of my vacant lots, something like this, close to this location, 47,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't sound like you would even look at any or consider any of the offers besides the 40,000 each.
well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if you don't get the 40,000 for each one?
Well, this lot I have, I think, a couple of years, like taking quite a bit of time. I will just keep it.
Okay.
If I die, my kids they will take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you a question? May I ask you a question?
Sure, sure.
So,
Sure, sure.
let's pretend I was able to give you the 40,000. Would you be open for me to give you payments?
How many payments?
It just depends. What do you feel comfortable giving?
Well, it all depends how many payments, how much will be the payment, or how long the payment. It all depends.
Okay. But you're not sure if you would want to do that.
Well, again, how much down you're gonna put? Everything counts, everything counts. If something reasonable, yes, definitely. But if not, no.
So what I can tell you is I bought 13 acres from Johnny, I want to say in January. And
Okay.
he asked, I got him for 60,000, the 13 acres. Now it's a different area. Obviously it's in Arizona. And what he did for me is he actually, he financed them for 15 years, right? Amortized them for 15 years. And then what he did is he gave, there was zero down. And so he amortized them for 15 years with a balloon payment in 10 years. And so that's how I was able to buy him and give him the price that he wanted. But obviously he gave me zero interest, and then he gave me the, amortize it, which means that he's, a time frame of 15 years, and then no down payment. I just don't know if you feel comfortable doing something like that.
Yeah, well, again, like for like 10, 15 years, obviously, no, I cannot do that. So.
Well, I mean, the thing is that maybe I don't have to pay you for that length of time. What I could do is what we could do is amortize it for 15 years. And then other things that I've done is where then I, refinance in 5 years. I just don't know if 5 years would work for you.
Well, sir, be honest with you, that will not work at all.
Yeah, it's just your asking price. Your asking price. You see, here's my problem, and it's okay. I don't buy every single property from everyone we talk to. My problem is you're wanting $40,000 for each lot, and that's before we get permits, before we even do anything. Does that make sense?
Well, that makes sense to me, but like again, in all this kind of stuff, if I have to wait before I get any funds, it's better. I can, keep this lot on me. And in future, let's say if you say 5 years,
yeah.
I'm assuming next 2 years, the way city of Chicago is moving further south, so I can have more benefit,
Yeah, I mean, that's if again, I'm not, again, that just depends on what the market does. We're shifting into a different market. I can tell you that right now. Now we don't know the future. We don't know the future. None of us do. But let's pretend that, those 2 years go by and the market shifts and they're not worth more than what they're worth now. What would happen next?
Well, this is called business,
No, I get it. I'm just, I like to think up front, and I like to think in, as far in regards to the things that are going. It's just to pay you cash, the ones that are going to make money is going to be my lender, and the interest rate that they're going to charge me. That makes sense. So it's going to be tough for me. Yeah. But if you were able to help me out, if you like I said, if you were able to help me out like Johnny did, when I bought those 13 acres from him, I definitely potentially give you what you're asking for, your full asking price.
Again, one more thing, if you don't mind, sir. Like I'm just talking as like what I'm in the market and I'm doing things in like state to state and things like that. In Arizona, how much you buy per acre?
I paid $60,000 for all 13.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming because like in Arizona, Texas is going up now right now, but like the Arizona and close to those all areas, the vacant lots are very cheaper than anything, which is my understanding and which is my homework. What I did so far, all those areas, if we go anything over 30, 40 mile, 30, 40 acre, the government give us kind of cheap, like no taxes or anything like that.
So yeah, and I'm
yeah.
writing those down. Can you bear with me here? I want to make sure I write this stuff down. That way I don't miss anything. I did want to ask you what's stopping you from just doing the work yourself and doing new potentially building some properties over those lots.
Sir, only the thing is stopping me. Actually, be honest with you, about like 8-9 years ago when we bought this lot, I get 18 lots, 18 vacant lot. I get it.
Yeah.
And the problem I had, like my partner, we thought we were gonna build some single family houses and we're gonna either we're gonna rent it out, either we're gonna sell it, or we're gonna do a Section 8. And whichever we get, just to like again like to do a business point of view, we can do anything we can achieve. We were planning to do it, but my partner, he got some family issues and he has to move out, and then he left. And I do have here another businesses here. We have a construction business in California, and like we statewide, nationwide, we are doing things, a lot of things, and we are all over.
Yeah.
So that's only the reason we stopped, because I have a gas stations in Chicago, and things are getting tougher and tougher for me. For myself, I cannot do a lot of things. So
got it.
That's the reason. And the one I sold in 47,000, the vacant lot, it was very nice lot. But just like I get rid of it just because of I spend a hell of a lot of money.
Guys, he's opening up now. You hear that?
After that,
drop some fire emojis.
He's
opening up.
Change and market was in totally bad
He's
situation.
now telling
but,
us the real reason why he's selling.
I just bought and I'm just taking care of. That's the reason it's been with me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, did your business partner? I mean, did he pay you what your part back? I mean, I'm assuming you got the money back that you guys invested.
No. My partner, like we are all family, so is here. It's like it's nothing that he paid me or he don't or things like we invested together, and we are here. So whenever as of right now we're planning to sell. So whenever we sell it, whatever we achieve, whatever we lose, it's ours. So we're gonna it's not a problem for that, but.
So no, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. That means a lot because I always try to figure out, like I said, I don't buy every single property from everyone we talk to. And one of my goals is to figure out if this is a win-win solution for everyone. Something I've done in the past, Tarver, is whenever I don't come to an agreement with someone, because I buy properties nationwide and I have a large investment network that I'm connected with. And so something I've done is that, I've actually had sellers where we don't come to an agreement on price or terms or anything like that. And they allow me to reach out to my network and present the property. And then what happens a lot of times, I'll have somebody in my network that will pay a lot more than I would initially pay. And so what they do is they give me permission to show it to them. And then basically all we do is sign like a 1-page permission slip. That way it keeps me legal. And I've done that with multiple sellers in the past. I don't know if you would feel comfortable doing like that and see if I can get your price.
I'm totally lost.
No,
how are you gonna get my price?
So if you're asking for $40,000 on each lot, right? Which I'm probably gonna be, honestly, my number's probably not even gonna have a 2 in front of it for these lots. So that's why I don't even want to make you an offer, right? But what happens is I buy properties nationwide, so I have a large investor network where other investors do pay a little bit more than I would. Does that make sense? So far?
I understand. Yeah.
Got it. So in the past, when I talk to sellers, what I've done is when I don't come to an agreement on price like we're doing right now, and then obviously the terms don't work for you, I've reached out to my investment network, and I would say probably 6 out of maybe 7 out of 10 times, they usually end up paying the price that the seller is asking. Does that make sense?
Exactly, yes.
But the only way that I can legally tell them about the property is they had to sign a 1-page permission slip. No contract, no agreement, nothing like that. It's just a 1-page permission slip that says Max can show this to their investment network. Yet, are you with me still?
Well, I'm with you, but like, what is the point? Like, I'm telling you 40,000. You can tell your investor whatever is in your network. You can tell them if there's somebody gonna call me, or you're gonna call with them.
I'm gonna work. So what the permission slip does, it allows me to go. I'm not gonna work for you. I'm not gonna be your real estate agent. Basically, once I identify that investor that's interested in the property, then I'll come back to you and say, hey, I have someone that's willing to offer your asking price, and then we go from there. So, but it has to be. I have to have something in writing because technically, I can't promote a property that I don't own unless I have some type of interest, which the permission slip is what it does.
And how much you gonna take from me? Let's say I'm saying 40,000. You're gonna get me a 40,000. Then how much you gonna take from me?
$0. You don't pay me $0. If I get you 40,000, it's $0. The buyer ends up taking me to dinner, or they'll send me a gift. That's what they'll do.
Okay. All right. Send me a paper. I will read over and I will sign the paper. No problem for me.
Okay, perfect. Let me make sure. Give me 1 second. What is let's see. Give me 1 second. I don't know why this is not working. Okay. What is your email address?
It's Wholesale.
You still there?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you that 1-page permission slip to your email. And then the other thing too is what I like to do instead of, because what's happened in the past, once I send someone a document, questions do usually always come up and never misses. So if you were me, when can we set up a call, maybe to call, make sure that we're on the phone. And that way, if you have any questions, I can answer those for you.
Yes, sir, my number you have, you call me in this number, you can call me 24/7.
Got
All
it.
the time I'm not gonna be respond.
Okay,
Either
perfect.
I'm in some meeting or if I don't hear the bell. But if you call me, if I see this number, I'm gonna call you right back.
Awesome. I appreciate that. And then I guess two more questions and then we'll be done. The last question is there anyone else that's gonna have an influence on the sale of the property?
Well, sir, if I say yes, everybody will say yes.
Oh man, the last time the guy told me that, he never called me back. I just want to make sure that's accurate.
Sir, only with me the problem is either or. If I say answer yes, I will call. If I say no, also I will call to just confirm, because I run a business and I don't have only one business. I have multiple businesses and I do a lot of things.
Got it. Okay.
And in business, the one thing I learned, if anybody calls, respond them.
Yeah, of course.
Yes or no, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Just to give us the other party respond, this is the main concern, and that's what I do.
Yep. Okay.
And I don't have no restrictions of calling me anytime 24/7. You can call me, no problem, no restrictions. Only the reason I'm not gonna respond, either I'm not hearing a bell or I'm in a meeting. But I'm gonna recall you. I'm gonna call you back as soon as I'm done.
Perfect. Okay. So give me a couple, what I'll do is I'll put it together. Cause I'm going to need just a little bit more information, but right now what I'll do is I'll call you back and then we'll get that permission slip signed. And then let's see if we can find a buyer in our investor network for it. Okay.
Sure. Definitely.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate the call, Tarver. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I don't erase this because what is going on here? All right, guys. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? What are your thoughts? I want to answer your questions. Let's see. What is going on here? There we go. All right, perfect. All right. So his asking price is, woo, I don't even know if I want to do the what is it called? The option agreement, but hey, I mean, we got him on the phone and I did it for you guys. So you can see how I convert, guy didn't want, cash offer. He was pretty firm on 40,000. I also, obviously he didn't want to do terms. I think he was thinking like a year or so or whatever. So, I wanted to show you guys for the purpose of the show. That way you guys can see that there is another option, right? Which is the option agreement. No pun intended. There's another option called the option agreement, and so when you get in that situation where you've exhausted everything, right? I didn't offer him listing because that's the last thing. So if the cash offer is always first for me, that's the pitch, and then obviously creative, whether it's sub two or seller carryback. And then the other thing too is that I'm gonna do the option. Now you can do lease option or regular option, whatever the case may be. On this case, obviously we don't want to do a lease option because it's land. And then if those absolutely don't work, then what I would ask is, hey, do you have a real estate agent that you love working with? So, guys, what are your questions? Come on, I know there was questions. I know that let me know what you thought about that call. Anything that you would have done different, anything that you heard that was like aha moment. Appreciate the fire emojis. I think this is a comment between you and Abraham. He has other offers, but still siblings come to agreement. Caesar said he's wondering about the fees. Yeah, I mean, obviously we satisfied that, right? He was asking, well, what are you going to charge me? And I was very transparent with him, right? I didn't hide anything, guys. The more transparent that you are with people, it's really weird. Like the more transparent that you are, and you play the game, the better your conversations are going to go, right? Let's see. I think this is always when we have become an advisor. Yes. Remember, we have to become as an advisor to try to schedule a call with them, paint the picture on him, and bring the future to the presence. Yes, 100%. I believe you're responding to Armando on that one. Mauricio said, "I'm still so new negotiating. I would not have thought of what Max just offered this guy." Yes, 100%. That's the option agreement, guys. We've made hundreds. I would say anywhere between 100 to 150 to $200,000 between last year just on option agreements where we make 5K, 10K here and there, because it's very powerful, right? Most people don't think that. A lot of people are, you have a variety of different investors where if a deal doesn't work for you, it might work for a buy and hold. It might work for a guy who, just likes to buy stuff and build things on it. It might work for a builder. You don't know. So you want to get an opportunity as you go through negotiating. Let's see. This is why I watched this show. Awesome. Appreciate it. So Shani said, killed it. I love it, man. Thank you. What's the next step with this deal? Do you start calling investors and upsell for a small assignment fee? So once we execute the option agreement, what I'm going to do is, yes, we're going to put it through Investor Lift with my buddy Ricardo Rosales. Shout out to him. And then what we're going to do is we're going to blast it out to buyers and see if there's a bite. I mean, we can't upsell. We can't add that much of a fee. I mean, it's not a great deal. Heck, I might not even do it because once I look at to see, I need to get all the addresses. I couldn't pull up the addresses. That's why I didn't show you guys. For some reason, the addresses wasn't pulling up. But because this guy it wasn't really, we weren't moving forward as far as like, an actual transaction. So I didn't ask him for the actual address. So Ken said a lot of game being conveyed. Of course, bro. This is what the show's about, man. Yeah. So share it with someone. Share it with someone that you think would benefit from this. And let's see. Let's call the next person. Let's see. Thank you guys for the fire emojis. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. Let's take a look here. All right, so who's next here? All right, this is a deal in Texas. Somebody in Texas. Actually, let me call this. Uh, oh, let's see. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
I love that you guys are collaborating in the comment section. Let's go. I love it. I love it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 956244234 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Antonia. It's Max. I was calling you about your property on 2318 North Breedlove, and I'm calling you because, boom, click. Now that was a good cliffhanger voicemail, right? We mentioned her name, mentioned my name, mentioned the property, and I'm calling you because, and then hung up. So that was actually a really good example of the cliffhanger voicemail there. So let's see. We called her already. So let's see. Let's call. A lot of Texas properties. All right. Texas is coming through today, man. That was Oscar Martinez lead. So let's see. Xiomara. Let's call Xiomara. I think it's pronounced Xiomara.
Bueno,
Sí, bueno, Xiomara.
¿quién habla?
Hola, Xiomara. Mi nombre es Max. Le estoy hablando porque se me hace que habló con un compañero mío sobre la propiedad en la 2407 East Crockett. Dijo que a lo mejor estaba interesada en vender.
Oh, sí, pero no he tenido el tiempo de ir a checar porque como he tenido problemas con mi niña que le han hecho cirugía en los ojos, no he tenido el tiempo de ir a checar cuánto más o menos andan las propiedades en este bloque para poder vender yo.
Oh, ok. Y se oye como que la va a querer vender por el mercado para tratar de agarrar lo más que puede.
Pues no sé todavía porque como no tengo conocimiento de nada de esto, solo más quiero saber cuánto más o menos están las propiedades para yo empezar a venderla, pero no sé todavía cómo la voy a vender ni a dónde la voy a subir todavía.
No, no, está bien. So, parece que se oye como que a lo mejor está buscando un evalúo de la propiedad.
Sí.
Ah, ok.
Evaluarla.
Nosotros evaluamos propiedades y lo hemos hecho ya, tenemos como 2 años haciéndolo, pero cobramos como $350. Y no sé si le podemos dar un evalúo en la propiedad y es muy detallado si está interesado.
Pues sí estoy interesada, pero como le digo, no tengo conocimiento todavía en todo esto de cómo venderla ni nada de eso, no sé nada de eso, estoy ajena a todo eso y como la casa se vende, se debe toda completa, o sea, yo quiero venderla y pagarla, o sea, que me alcance a pagarla, porque no sé más o menos en todo eso cómo anda la casa ni nada de eso. Entonces, tengo la persona que la compró, la persona quien yo se la compré, es familiar mío, de un familiar del esposo de mi hermana. Entonces él dijo, antes de que vendas tienes que checar también en cuánto andan allí para que no te vayan a dar menos y puedas poder liquidarla y te quedes con algo. Entonces, como no he tenido el tiempo de ir a checar más o menos en cuánto andan, no puedo ponerla todavía en venta porque no sé. Aparte, todavía no la desocupo. Yo sé que para ponerla en venta tengo que desocuparla para que la gente pueda venir a verla, a la que se la vaya esté interesado en comprarla. ¿Me explico?
Sí, no. So, no, y la razón por qué cobramos, porque nosotros no estamos en el negocio de dar evalúos, estamos en el negocio de comprar casas. Y de lo que estoy oyendo, lo que me acaba de decir usted, yo pienso que la mejor opción sería enlistarla con un agente en el mercado, porque realmente compradores como nosotros, pues, ¿verdad? No pagamos cash por propiedades como las podías vender en el mercado, y un agente la puede enlistar y ya puede tener un comprador que va a vivir en la propiedad, porque nosotros no vamos a vivir en la propiedad, ¿sí me entiende?
Sí.
Bueno, pues está bien, Simone, mucho gusto y buena suerte, ¿ok?
Muchas gracias y disculpe.
No, está bien, no, por eso marcamos, ¿verdad? Yo no compro todas las propiedades con todas las personas que hablamos.
Ok, está bien. No se preocupe. Bueno, pues mil disculpas.
No, está bien. Que tenga buen día. Adiós, bye.
Okay, igualmente, Dios lo bendiga. Bye.
Your guys' comments are funny. Let's see. Ken said, I envy Max every time he starts talking to a lead in Spanish. Send me your Spanish leads, bro. Send me your Spanish leads. Harvey said, eso es todo, Max. Abraham said, perfect lead for you, bro, because you understand Spanish. Let's see. Abraham said, send me your Spanish leads. No, send it to me, bro. No, just kidding. Let's see. Slow down a bit. My Spanish ain't that great, Javier. Let's see. Haley said, I have understood like 3 words. Laugh out loud. Let's see. Keith said, love the show, Max. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right. So I had no idea that was going to be a Spanish call based on the name. But I guess it was. So let's call Seth. Seth has a property in Illinois. Let's see. I saw a question earlier. Let me get to that question because well, maybe I already answered it. Let me see. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Keep your comments and questions coming. Don't forget, for all of you that are on this live, I'm gonna give you for free my 3 text templates that I call them bring them back from the dead. Those are for leads that are whether they're ghosting you on a follow-up. It looks like I already answered all the questions. Ghosting you on a follow-up, or they're ghosting you after you agreed to a price. So just send me a DM, remind me, tag me on your stories. If you tag me on your story, it'll be a lot easier. But and I have a poll going on right now, and it looks like right now, getting the price and pain versus situation is tied. I have 3 options. What's basically the poll is, what specific sales topic would you like me to cover on a whole episode? So right now I have getting the price and pain versus situation in the lead right now. The other option is advance agreement. So let's see. My Spanish is so broken, the seller would probably just hung up on me. You would have probably been like, que sí, que no. I'm just kidding, Mauricio, giving you a hard time. Let me see. Abraham Mendez, they don't have an agent. Steven Valencia, I'm here. What's up, brother? How you doing? Nathaniel, where can I get a list for my dialer to cold call? Your title company. It's free. You're just gonna have to pay to skip trace it. Potentially, they might have a list with phone numbers on it. I know title companies. If you're on a budget and you're not ready to invest in marketing, I would say go build a relationship with a title company. Call your local title company. Say, want to speak to, do you have the contact information for the marketing department? FYI, you can go on the website. It might be there. Talk to the marketing department and say, hey, Nathaniel, my name is Max. I'm calling you because I'm looking to what is it called? Work with a title company that that I can send my files to. Are you investor friendly? Yes. Okay. You do assignments? Yes. Perfect. The other thing, I was told that you would be able to provide lists for me. Can I work with you on that? So And that way, you know, you get a free list. And the lists are pretty good, actually, pretty solid. Let's see. Steven said, watching and listening at work. Bilingual for the win, Amador says. There you go, Nathaniel. Abraham said, hit me up. Or, yes, hit me up, bro. I'll give you a list for free to help. There you go. Love the collaboration, guys. Keep it going. Javier says, sorry, Max. Can you explain the last caller situation a bit and why you didn't give an offer? Which one? There was 2 calls. Are you talking about the lady? Are you talking about the guy that I talked to? I think, Javier, I think you were on the last call. But anyways, if you want to, can you put in the comment section which one? I don't know if it was the one in Spanish or the one in let's see. Oh, okay. How do you okay? So Abraham. So okay. So the Spanish one. Look, guys. So you for those of you guys that for those of you that have been following me for a while, Javier, I think I don't know if you're part of a team or not, or but giving offers doesn't provide any solutions. All it does is get people mad, right? Most of you that didn't understand that conversation, this is what she said. She said, I don't know. I'm brand new at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't done my due diligence. I'm still talking to people. And so what happens is that why would I make an offer to a person who is not even, I don't talk about money. What I see a lot of times happen in our business is we move too fast to offer. Like that's going to solve the problem. Now, there are going to be people who what we call the quote unquote motivated seller, right? Like you can't say anything to mess that up, right? If they're a motivated seller and they got to sell, they're going to sell regardless of what you say. You can say, look, the sky's red and the grass is not green. When do you want to sign the contract? Send it. I'll sign it today. So you can mess up a motivated seller, but let's be honest with ourselves. What our market right now, and it has been like this for the last 2 years, and now it's even getting more to where basically that we need to get better at negotiating. So giving offers is personally not my KP. It's not what I do. I want to find out. I want to sift. I'm a sifter. I sift through individuals that I can talk to, I can engage, ask questions, provide, and then if they have a problem, that my solution will fit. And then once I find out the pain and motivation, I'm going to find out what they would take to solve that problem and that pain and that motivation. And I'm explaining this to you in more depth because it's deeper than just why didn't you give an offer? That call did absolutely not call. And Abraham, you're on here. I mean, you're pretty experienced, bro. Would you give you understood the whole call? Would have gave an offer? Can you put in a comment section? We would have gave an offer to that call. And those of you that heard the call and understood it, so that we can help Javier out here a little bit. We're not in the, for me. And look, I get it, guys. There's businesses out there that have a key performing indicator, right? A goal to make 10, 15, 20 offers a day. I prefer, that's not my preference. I would not do that. That's not what I would do. That's not what we did in our business. That's not what I would do because again, you can give 100 offers. And what happened is, let's say that your goal for the day was to give 15 offers and you give 4, let's say that one gets accepted. Why, what about the other 14? They have your information. They're going to use it against you. Now they have your number. There's no need for them to talk to you, right? It's just you. In order for me to talk money and talking to talk about offers, I have to have enough pain, enough motivation. Now, if they throw out a number and it makes sense, like you still have to be careful, that you don't get too excited, right? Like let's say your MAO, your max allowable offers 200,000, and they say, Max, I would take 200,000 is my maximum offer. And they say, I'll take 150,000, right off the back. You also have to be careful. You got to put them through the process regardless. It doesn't matter because if you move too fast, what's going to happen is they feel like they made a mistake. Think about the last time, some of you bought something without thinking. You bought it. I've done that and I've had remorse and I thought about it and I'm like, man, and it takes a day or two to kind of say, okay, I did it. I bought it. This is a lot different. This is a house. So even if your max allowable offers 200,000 and someone says, hey, I'll take 150, whether it's in the start of the conversation and that your max allowable offer is 200, you still have to slow it down. You got the prospect is too positive, too excited. You got to get them there at 3:00, right? and you got to get them, start to move them back to 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is neutral. You don't want to move them all the way to neutral. You want to move them from 3 o'clock where they're super positive, maybe somewhere in the middle where they're like, now, like once you're ready to sign, they're not in that excitement stage. So it's a thing that I see a lot in our business where we're just making offers and we're not getting anywhere. And I love what Abraham said. I wouldn't, just because it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And guys, I say this all the time. Am I losing deals because I'm not making offers to everybody? Yes. But guess what? In the long run, I'm going to get more deals and higher quality deals where my spreads are going to be not $2,000, but $20,000. Understand that, right? I want to run a very high profitable business. I'm not about volume. I'd rather do 4 deals where my spreads last year, we've never said we're the biggest. Last year, we were averaging $45,000 per assignment fee. That was our average fee, $45,000 per assignment fee, right? Where most guys won't even touch that. They can't even get that because all they're doing is they're shooting offers. They're not discovering what's the pain, what's the situation, how we can offer, what's the problem that my solution can offer. And so, I'll do those all day and basically, twice on Sunday. So, but I would say, Javier, not that I didn't want to go off, but I'm very passionate about this. You guys can tell, just making offers. I think it's for me, for the most part, in my opinion, it's a waste of time. Honestly, it doesn't do anything but satisfies your emotion. And I'm a big believer that anytime that you get on a sales call or sales appointment, you can't be more emotional than the seller. You got to maintain some level of what is it called? Professionalism, to where obviously your emotion has to stay aside. And I think when you make offers, it's just to satisfy yourself that you did something. And that's the only reason why. And again, I like what Ken says here, right? Not every seller is worthy of your offer, right? And again, Javier, it's just my opinion. It's preference. There's probably guys who come out here and say, well, Max, I have my team make 25 offers a day, and that's how we're getting deals. That's fine. If it works for you, it works for you. I'm not here to dispute whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying these are my thoughts. This is why I think that, for me, making offers is just not something that I want to do. Let's see here. Mano said, where's the SAP or caption button for the next Spanish call? Bro, you got to go get Spanish classes, bro. Armando said, what I do is educate them. It meaning if they want overpriced, with them on the phone, tell them to open Zillow and direct. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, yeah, I mean, go for it, bro. I mean, just that way, I wouldn't. I think we already got that one. Nathaniel said, sent you a DM. That's why I always ask the seller to grab a pen and paper to make them write all the information down and then ask them, give my phone number. Exactly. Just because they can remember your name. Yep. Having the seller grab a pen works really well. So thanks, man. Sorry. What I meant was, what was her situation and what made you decide not to work with her? Okay, perfect. No, you're good. You don't have to be sorry, man. This is a great question. And I love explaining, right? I'm a little bit passionate about it. So it might come across like, man, Max is going in. No, I just, there was no situation. It's just, she has time. She doesn't need the money. She's doing her research, which is great. Kudos to her, right? Most people that work with us don't have those 3 things. They don't have time, they don't have the money, and they're in a bad situation. And that's the thing, right? You got to look for what that avatar is. Now, they could be sellers where, where subject to comes in and creative finance, right? And so those, maybe they don't have a situation, right? Maybe they just need to sell because of time frame and the price, and they want to get the price, but then you offer a subject to or creative finance solution with those. Okay, so I said that. I appreciate the passion. Yeah, of course, man. No problem. All right, let's get back on the phones. Let's see if we can get a hold of Seth here. Went on a long rant. Javier's fault. It's your fault, Javier. No, just kidding. It's good to ask that, man. Honestly, it's good to know why I do things, and you guys know this. I always ask that you guys question why I do certain things, because I want you to learn. I want you to understand my approach and my strategy behind of why I do what I do. So let's see. All right, let's call Seth and see if we can get a conversation going. So far, we've had some decent people on here. Even the Spanish one, it sucks for those of you guys that didn't understand. Extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. Abraham, in that book, asking questions, there's a section that he describes. It's called the acronym is FUDWACA, and FUDWACA, and what he does is he actually breaks down all the words that you should hear when you're talking to a seller. So I recommend that you get that book, Asking Questions the Sandler Way, by Anthony Garrido, and he has a section on there where he uses the acronym FUDWACA, FUDWACA, and each one of those is actually a frustration word, right? Like frustrated, overwhelmed or worried. So he explains, when you're hearing those words, that means that you're starting to get somebody that's in that situation. So I highly, highly recommend you get that book. Javier said, my bad. Bro, I was just joking. Laugh out loud. Cool. Let's see. Let's call, let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's call Chloe. See what's going on with Chloe. Hello. I don't know if you can help me. I'm trying to reach Chloe.
I'm sorry, you got the wrong number.
I apologize about that. Thank you. All right, so let me confirm I dialed the right number here. Yep. So for those of you that submit leads, make sure that you're checking the number before you submit it. That's the number that's on file, but it's a wrong number. So let's see. All right, let's call Louis in Houston.
Tonya. Hello.
Hello, Louis.
Yeah.
Hi, Louis. My name is Max. I'm calling you because you had spoken to my partner about your property over on Ortega Lane. So you might be considering selling that one?
I was thinking about I'm getting offers for 185, 200. I have a lady that wants to give me 240 and on August, but I didn't try to push it. I didn't put it for sale yet. It just, people calling me for it, so the way it is, I tell you what it needs probably new countertops, some paint, 2 garage doors, which is $1,500. It needs about $5,000-$6,000 to make it presentable.
Okay.
The price, the way it is, I don't touch it. I don't do nothing. Except we'll go to the title company. It is paid off. It's $220. If you come up with that number, look at the comps and let me know if you want to do business.
So you just want me to give a number? You just don't want to talk to anyone?
Yeah, I don't like talking to anybody. That's not gonna. No, that is the number. It's $220,000.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's not the way I work. I mean, that's not the way I work. I mean, and I don't buy every single property from everyone we talk to, obviously, in order for me to find out if I have a property. But sounds like you already got it taken care of.
Yeah, I do. I'm not worried about selling it.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Take care. Bye.
Care.
All right. Disqualify. See, so sellers will flex on you, right? And when they hear somebody push back a little bit, they get all disgruntled, right? Yeah, no motivation, no pain. Obviously, he doesn't want to even answer a couple questions. So It is what it is. On to the next. Let's see who's next. All right. Let's see. Leo, what's going on, brother? How you doing? That's Leo, brother Max. You're crushing it. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. It's good seeing you as well, bro. Let's call Charlie. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello, Charlie.
Yes.
Hi, Charlie. My name is Max. I'm calling you because you had spoken to my partner about your property over in Wabash Avenue. Said you might be considering selling that one.
Yes.
Okay, probably caught you at a bad time.
I'm driving. I'm sorry. I'm just. What's up?
Not much. You know, I wanted to follow through. He passed me the information. Like I said, he had some notes on the file that he gave me, and I just, you know, obviously the notes don't always tell the whole story. Do you mind if I follow through on that and ask you a few questions about it?
You can go ahead and do that. That's fine. If he's your partner, though, I don't know if I want to deal with you because he said he wanted to buy the property sight unseen. I said fine, and then he started saying I want to see the property, all this other bullshit. I'm sorry. If you want to buy it sight unseen, that's what he said. So I'm sorry. So if you're the same as him, then no, I don't want to talk to you. But if you're straight up, then sure, we can chat.
So what? I'm a little confused. So you said two things there. You said he wanted to buy it sight unseen, and then he said he wanted to see it.
Correct.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Typically, when he sends stuff over, is usually because he doesn't understand like the files. So what happens? I call to find out what's going on. So I don't know the whole story. I do apologize about that situation. Yeah. So, do you feel comfortable continuing the call?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So what I'm looking at is that so right now, currently, this is a rental property for you.
It's a rental property for me, correct?
Got it. Okay. And so as far as the tenants that are in place, how's that situation look like? Are they month to month? Are they a long-term lease?
They're month to month on Section 8. They have moving papers.
Say that one more time. They have what? I'm sorry?
Moving papers.
Okay, got it. And when is that going to happen?
I have no idea. She's had them for 6 months.
So is it important to sell the property with the tenants in place?
I can't get the tenant out, so unless I evict her, and that's going to take time too. So it doesn't matter to me. I've got time to evict her. I don't care. I just, when I get her out, I'm going to sell it. It's that you guys are calling me. So if you want to buy the property with the tenant in it, that's fine. If you don't, I don't. I'm not mean. I don't care.
Okay. So, I mean, let's pretend, you know, I'll ask you an old-fashioned question. Let's pretend you had a magic wand. What would be the perfect scenario for you?
If I had a magic wand, she'd have been gone already, and I would have sold the property. But I don't have that wand, so I just want to sell the property, close in a couple of weeks, and be done. That's what I want to do.
Couple weeks?
Well, how long does it take to close a property in Illinois?
It just depends on title. I mean, you know, when they ever get clear title.
Yeah, should be.
It's
2-3 weeks, right? Normally, right?
Man, title companies depends which title company you use, but for sure, no.
My lawyer uses GIT, so they're pretty quick.
Got it. Okay, and then so I mean, you're getting cash flow on this thing. I mean, what has you considering selling? I mean, why not keep it and keep renting it?
Because I have a house in Florida, and I'm going to get out of the rental business. I'm going to keep 5 rentals, and this is not one of them.
Okay, got it. And this has been rented through Section 8 as long as you had it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. And bear with me here while I have the pauses. I'm pulling stuff up online while I'm talking to you as well. So let's see. And is this something that you just started thinking about doing, or have you thought about selling this for a while now?
I gave her moving papers about 6 months ago because I wanted to move so I could sell it then.
Oh, got it. Okay. That's interesting. That's the first time I heard that, the moving papers.
Why is that?
Oh, just I buy properties nationwide, and that's the first time I heard that term.
Well, Section 8 in Illinois, if you want a tenant to move or they want to move, we have to fill out moving papers. They have to get it approved through Section 8.
Got it.
I have to sign off. The tenant has to sign off and all that crap. So,
okay.
And there's the tenant. I rent to her mother, too. I rent to her mother in a different house, and her mother's a sweetheart, and the tenant is just a pain in my ass. So, I want her out. I don't like her.
That's a frustration word, guys. Pain in my butt. Okay, I see. So trying to get a street view of the property, and then can you tell me the bed and bath? What I'm seeing is 3-1. Is that correct information?
That is correct information. 3-1 side drive, 2-car garage.
Okay, 2-car.
Not a crawl space.
Perfect. Take a look at it. Okay. Well, there's two things here. So I know with the tenant obviously being in place, you are open to sell it, with the tenant in place, but also you might consider, waiting till they get out. Doesn't sound like there's any preference on which way you do it or not.
I don't care.
Okay, got it. So, I mean, something I've done in the past, obviously, I bought a house here in Phoenix, Arizona, where the siblings sold it to me with the tenant in place too. So, something we're doing. Obviously, it's a little different market. I know with some states there, it's very tenant friendly, not in Arizona. So the good thing is that you already have this process started. I mean, let's pretend that, I bought the house with the tenant in place and no money out of pocket from you. I mean, what do you feel comfortable accepting for this thing if I was able to do that for you like I did for those siblings?
60.
$60,000?
Yes.
Buying it with the tenants or without?
With tenants.
Okay.
Without tenant would be 70.
Okay. Without the tenant, it would be 70,000. You said?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking out what's going on in the area. And then besides the 60, you wouldn't consider looking at any other offers besides that?
No.
So you're pretty firm on that.
I've turned down 58 already.
What about 59.99? 59.999.
Fine.
No, I'm just joking. No, so I just like to understand, where you're at on that. And then, so, right now I'm doing a little bit of research. Is there a way that, let's say that I am interested, and I don't know if I can pay that yet. But let's pretend I was able to come back to you and say, hey, I could do the 60,000. What would happen next?
We would we'd get a contract. There'd be a village inspection if you want to inspect the property on village inspection that day.
Okay. So the access is. It sounds like the access is really something we can put together. Do we have to give them some time to get in there?
You can clearly put access together the day to do the inspection. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
If you want it out, it costs me $100 for the inspection. I don't care.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not looking for like an official inspection. I have somebody there locally that can get eyes on it and walk it for me.
What the village says requires that you have to do in order to get occupancy.
Say that one more time.
It's a village inspection that says what you'd have to do to get occupancy.
Yeah, no, that's on the other side, right? When I rent it. To buy it, I'm not too concerned about it.
No, I got you. Right.
Yeah, that's on the other side. But I appreciate that, though. I mean, most people wouldn't tell me that.
I want you to see the property. You got to make sure it's not burnt out, but there's a tenant living in it, so it's not burnt out. I get paid Section 8 money, so it's attached inspection, so it's clearly livable. So, I mean, everything's pretty simple to me.
Okay. So what I want to do is let me do a little bit more homework on this and see if I can offer you the 60. And then it sounds like if I can, I'm not going to come back to you and be like, hey, I can only be at 55 because I understand where you're at. Very straightforward with that. But it sounds like if I can do the 60,000, you would feel comfortable putting things in writing and then getting over to the title company.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear everything. You're skipping out, so I'm on the road. So.
No, you're good. You're good. I don't know how far you heard, but I was saying is that let me do a little bit more homework, and then what I want to do is I'll call you back, and if I could do the 60,000, I'll let you know. I'm very straightforward. I'm not going to come back and say I can only do 50 because I understand with everything you just told me.
I'm not going to tell it for 50, right? So
yeah. No, and I don't like doing that. I don't like wasting my time. I did want to ask you one question. If for some reason the 60,000 at a cash offer doesn't work, are you open for me to give you your full price and then just making you payments at all?
Over what kind of time period?
Well, I mean, that's something, another conversation we can have once I figure out I can't do that. The cash.
I mean, it would be a short time period.
Short time?
Yeah, it'd be 3 to 5 years maximum.
Okay.
I'm not going to do any 30-year loans. I'm not going to do any 15-year loans. I'm not going to do any 10-year loans. So it'd be 3 to 5 years if I did anything.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely something I done. The last couple of deals I bought this way, it's usually amortized for 15 years, and then there's a balloon payment, 3 years, 4 years minimum. So, and so
I'd have to look like that and see.
I'm sorry.
I'd have to look at that and see if it works in my favor or not.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, I'm just throwing it out there as an option, and to see if you're open to it. Just want to hear your thoughts on it in case I come back and say, hey, that doesn't work.
If it's 15-year amortized, but it's got a balloon in 3 to 4 years, it's a possibility.
Possibility?
Yep. Anything's possible.
Of course.
It's true. So anything is possible.
Of course. And that's why, I'm having this conversation with you because I know it's a rental for you. You've been, cash flowing. And I know a lot of times, you'll save a little bit more money on the to give to Uncle Sam, more money, a little bit more money in your pocket in the long run. But anyways, that's a conversation I love to, tap into once I, do a little bit more homework and get back to you to see if the 60,000 cash doesn't work, then we can have that conversation if you're okay with that.
That's up to you.
Okay, perfect. So what I want to do is I know you're driving. Are you headed over to a
I'm heading home from vacation. I'm going to be home for a couple of days. I'm back out of town till next Wednesday.
Okay. When do you leave out of town?
I leave Saturday evening again.
Okay, so I'll call you before then. Is there a specific time you prefer?
Doesn't make a difference.
Okay. Assuming I'm calling your cell phone number.
I'm golfing Friday afternoon from 2 o'clock on, so not after 1 on Friday or before 7 p.m. on Saturday, if that's your time frame.
Got it. Perfect. Okay, right. I'll do that. And I just made a note of that, so that way we can I can call you and then figure out what the next step is.
Yeah, like I said, if you call me next week between Monday and Wednesday, and I ignore you, it's because I'm out of town with my family, so I'm not going to be answering these calls then. So.
No, for sure. I mean, it went pretty fast. I just again, I want to do a little bit of homework, and then I'll give you a call back.
I think I'm ignoring you if I don't answer. That's why I try to keep you time frame. So
perfect. No, I love that. That helps me out a lot too, because then what I'll do is I'll put it on my calendar just to prioritize it. Okay.
Sounds cool.
All right, sounds good. I got all the information I need, and then I will give you a call probably later on this evening or maybe tomorrow before the time that you gave me. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
All right, man, you guys are awesome. Let's see. I don't know that area really well. It looks like 60 might work, but man, let's see. What are your guys' comments? Because I thought I saw one come in says, if the seller can't get the tenants out, what do you do in that scenario? I mean, that's why we're discussing this, because, if he's open to sell it with the tenants in place, usually I like to get it a lot lower, and he just wasn't budging at 60. But the good thing is that he's willing to carry. He's open, for other options to carry. So let's see. Are RT Cal says, I have a lot of buyers in Dalton, Illinois. I can provide those details to you, Max. Let's do it, bro. Reach out to me. Send me a DM. I'd love to work a deal with you. So Ken says, are those pauses intentional? Everything I do is intentional, bro. Everything. Strategic, intentional. They are awkward as heck, but it's all intentional. Nothing I do is winging it. I don't wing anything. Very intentional with everything I do, every approach that I take, bro. This is why that's why I don't deviate from the process. Now, I improvise on certain things, but sometimes I'm looking at stuff and I let them know, like, hey, excuse the pauses because I'm actually looking some stuff up online. But yeah, bro, anything you see or see me do, hear me say, it's all part of the it's all intentional, brother. Abraham said it's a deal. It could be for sure. He's open to options. Love it. Exactly. When do you consider to make him a balloon payment offer? When do you consider to make him a balloon payment offer? I'm a little confused on the question. Sorry, Juan. When do you consider to make him a balloon payment offer? If I'm assuming right, you're saying when am I going to take the approach to ask him about creative or something, creative? I believe that's what, whether seller carryback or subject to. I think that's what you mean. I don't understand your question, but it's when the cash asking price is too high, right? If the cash asking price is too high, let's say that he basically what is it called, wants 60,000, but let's say I need to be at 40,000 MAO, max allowable offer, then what I want to do is I want to plant that seed in his mind already that, hey, I'm going to go do my homework. And then when I come back, if I can't pay the 60,000, right, because it might be too high, and then the second thing that's coming into play there is he is a landlord. So he understands cash flow. A lot easier to have that conversation than with the regular seller. So now I got two things going for me. The first thing is I'm having him mentally prepare that I'm gonna ask him if he can finance the property for me. And then the second thing I'm doing is that because I can't pay the cash, and then the second thing is I know he's a landlord, so he's going to understand, right? So that's really what I think that's what your question is. When should you be making the creative option offer? I would say if the cash offer is too high. In this case, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. We have the second part, which is he's a landlord, right? So we're going to pitch it to him. Not pitch it to him, but we're going to have a conversation with him about it. So Juan, hopefully that answered your question. It's just experience, again, knowing what you're hearing and what you're listening. RT said, I like how you don't consider it to be a deal so early. Yeah, bro, I don't get emotionally involved in the sale, right? Let's find out first. Let's see if this is a deal. And then before getting too emotionally involved in the sale. There was another question. I'll get to it. But I love that you brought that up, man. That's a really good observation, bro. It's not a deal until it's signed. Let's just put it that way, RT. It's not a deal until the thing is signed. And even then, I've been doing this for so long. I've had multiple deals where I thought I was going to make $65,000 in assignment fee, $75,000 to $100,000, and they fall through. And guess what? As you go and you get into this business and you get more experience, that kind of breaks you down a little bit inside, right? It's callous. A lot of people don't have that. They don't have that callous yet, and so it's not a deal until it's signed. But even then, it's got to go through the whole closing, so that way you can get paid and get your money in. I'm gonna go back and answer, guys. Any questions on that? I'm getting ready to wrap up. We're almost hitting 2 hours. You guys are awesome. If you hit the like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, remember I'm giving away my three text templates to bring sellers back from the dead. So that way you guys can text your sellers, and then tag me on your stories. Let me know that you were on the live. Let's see. There was a question I wanted to answer about earlier about the. Okay, here it is right here. So Bradley, I don't know if Bradley, if you're still on, If anyone knows Bradley, tell him I'm answering this question. So it says, what do you say to the seller when they give you their price and it's 50,000 below your MAO? How do you come across not to show their numbers a great deal? So there's a little thing called pendulum, the pendulum. And I don't know if I can draw on this thing or not. Let me see if I can pull it up and show it to you guys, okay? I can't talk about this. I have to show it to you guys. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys right now what you're going to do. Let me see if I can pull it up here. All right, here we go. I want to show you guys my screen really quick. Come on. Let's work. All right. Oh. All right. And I'm going to delete your comment because we can't see it. But here we go. Guys, let me know if you can see that. Let me know if you can see that. I'm going to show you guys something really quick. So, okay. So your worst prospect is positive. Your best prospect is negative. Your hardest prospect is neutral. Here's the thing. So a positive prospect, the reason why it says your worst prospect is neutral, is positive, sorry. Those are the people that make decisions fast. Like those are the people that, yes, one, they make decisions super fast. Two, they're always super excited. And what happens when they make the decision of whatever it is that they're going to do, they have remorse, whether it's buyer remorse, whether it's seller, whatever the case may be. So the goal and this is what I was saying about the 3 o'clock, right? You have a super positive, let me go back to your question really quick. So you said 50,000 below our MAO, right? So if my MAO max sell offer was 200,000 and they said, hey, Max, if I get 150,000 today, I'll sell to you. And guess what? If you're equally excited as they are, here's what's happening. Now you become the worst salesperson because they're going to feel if you say, got it, when do I send the contract to? Got it. Okay, you're ready to go. That price works for me. Let's do it. Guess what's going to happen is that as soon as, if you don't get that contract on the phone immediately when you react to that, what's going to happen is that they're going to get off the phone and they're going to say, what did I just do? This guy's trying to take advantage of me. I think I left money on the table. I think I did this too fast. So what I want to do is I want to bring them down between 4 and 5. And the questions I'm going to ask, and again, I'm going to remove this, bring myself back in here. The questions I'm going to ask to help you is going to say, okay, act cool, right? You want my max allow offer is 200,000 and they want 150,000. So what I'm going to say is like, okay, so you're asking $150,000 for the property. Yes. If I get $150,000 for the property and somebody gives me that, I'm selling today. I got to sell. Okay, perfect. Now look, I don't know if I can offer you that. I just started talking to you. And one of the things that I want to make sure is that, that this is a property I'm going to buy. And I have a few questions I want to ask you. You don't go deep. Don't go deep. This person is ready to go, but put them to the process. So is there anyone else that's going to have an influence on the sale if somebody was to offer you the 150,000? Well, my wife is going to have to sign. See, secret. See, now you're finding out. So if someone gave you the 150,000, how soon are you looking to get this done by? Well, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that far. Another red flag, right? So these are the things that you have to get that positive, very, very high positive prospect to start moving back, right? Now, if he says, look, it's no one, it's myself, and I need to get this done in the next 30 days, Max. Okay, look, I don't know if I can pay that. I'm looking at the area now, and it looks like I could be close, but I don't know if I can. let's pretend I gave you the 150,000. What is going to happen next if I gave you the 150,000? Well, I want to sell. So if you can see, now we're starting to slow down. I want to sell. So if you can give me the 150,000, I'm going to, whatever the next steps are. Okay. Well, usually the next step for us when we agree on price with someone is that we start to put things in writing. Is that what you feel comfortable doing today? If we were able to do the 150,000, again, listen to the words I'm using, right? Still holding my leverage. Yes. Now they're down to 4:00. Now we got them down to 4:00. And so I just want to move them about a half notch between 4:00 and 5:00, right? And so now I'm going to say, okay. And so typically when someone gives us a price and we agree on it, then we put everything in writing. Sounds like that's what you want to do. And it looks like you're the only one that's on title and you want to get this done in the next 30 days. I'm rephrasing everything they told me. And then my next question is going to be, is there anything else I missed there? And then now that kind of moves them to where they're a little bit stable. And then now we're going to get them to jump in front of their computer, or if they want to meet in person, let's say they're elderly or whatever, or if you're doing this virtual, send a notary over to their house. So that's the way I approach a very positive, really, really positive prospect. Because what happens again, a lot of you guys that are on this call have probably done this, is that you did things too fast. You went through, a process way too fast. I mean, think about that. And you do generally have remorse, whether it's small thing of buying headphones all the way up to buying a vehicle or a house, maybe. I don't know. And that's what your prospect who doesn't do this on a daily basis and they move too fast and you jump on it, well, being taken advantage of is going to be in their mind. Did I leave money on the table? That's the biggest thing if you jump on it too fast. So just pull them back a little bit. Don't get them to neutral. Don't get your prospect to neutral, right? You don't want to move them. To neutral, because then what's going to happen is then they're not going to do anything. If you move them here in this space, they're absolutely not going to do anything. So, all right, just gave you guys a class for free. Throw your thumbs up, throw the fire emojis if you got value out of that. If you got value out of that little class that I gave you guys about be careful with super positive prospects. Even though they're 50, 100,000 below your MAO, put them through a small process. The process can be cut in half. Just remember that. Yes, I think we went through that one already. Man, Max, the questions you ask makes the seller realize there's other avenues to heal the seller's pain. He's ready to get rid of those tenants. 100%. This is why I ask those questions, guys. My process is this: motivation, pain, time frame, price, condition. I don't really care about condition. Condition doesn't matter to me, because unless you're in a state where you have a lot of problems with foundation issues and things like that, then yeah, consider it, but don't make it a focal point, right? Consider it, but don't make it a focal point. At the end of the day, whether it's in supreme condition or a complete rehab, it doesn't matter. If the seller has motivation, pain, and the time frame is there to sell, I don't care if we're buying that new house on terms. I don't care if we're buying that old house on terms. There's a deal there to be done because there's motivation, pain, there's time frame. They want to sell in the next 30 days or less. That's it. That's why price comes in third, because obviously price matters, right? In some situations, it's more important than condition to me. Condition is just a filler conversation. At the end of the day, the prospects did not care about how much you got to spend on rehab. Prospects don't really care how much you got to spend. It's not a negotiation factor for me. I want to know what is going on in the prospects world. And I think somebody said here, let me see. Where's it at? I think it was Abraham that said, if the prospect doesn't have, let me see. Let me go back really quick before I get off. Okay. I don't know. I lost it. Again, the prospect is not in a certain situation, and it doesn't matter. Maybe they don't need the money, right? But maybe they got to relocate, right? It's not always about money. It's not always about, just depending on what the situation is. So hopefully that helps. And this is why, we have to ask those questions. So, Max, I noticed that you never ask about condition. I think I just answered that, Shani. It's not important to me. It's only important when like I said, if you're in a market like New York, there's some areas in New York, and I don't know if all of the East Coast, they got oil tankers buried in the underground, in the ground. Like, I did not know this. I know there's certain markets where foundation issues are huge, right? You got markets where you have floods, tornado, but don't make it a focal point. Just make it something conversational. So, Anthony said, red flags, good to know, and how to spot them. 100%. Thank you, man. Aram, for the fire emojis. Joshua said, awesome calls and insight today. Love the option agreement you went through with that guy. You're welcome, brother. Thank you so much. Bradley says, thank you so much for taking the time to answer my question visually. So I, as well as everyone else, can understand it better. Boom, 100%. Let's go. Appreciate the fire emojis. Thank you. Where can we find the comeback from the debt templates? You got to DM me, man. We buy at homes. You got to DM me. Ray says, Claudio. Hey, what's up, Ray? How you doing, bro? So, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you, everyone. Remember, like, subscribe, share with someone that you know that would benefit from this. I appreciate every single one of you for supporting it. Tell your friends about it. Tag me on your stories. Let me know how I helped you. Go out there and take action. Don't just sit here and listen. Don't just sit here and absorb all the knowledge. Don't just sit here and hoard the information. Guys, I do this because I have passion for it. I'm not here to show you that I'm the best closer. I don't care about that. I told the guys on Tuesday, I don't care who's the best closer. I do not care about that. I genuinely respect my craft. I've been doing this professionally since 2018. Training. Even right now, I still train. I go once or twice a week. I try to go there once a week, and I come back and I share the stuff with you guys. And so, excuse me. And so what that means is that, I have a passion for what I do. I love it. I respect my craft. I have a passion for my craft, and I love it, man. Ray said, good, brother. Thanks. Yep. I lost out on 100K free fee by jumping too fast by saying yes. Take that comment right there. And Bradley, I'm not picking on you because it's happened to me. I lost a deal where I was going to make $65,000 because I moved too fast. Guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Exactly. I'm glad Bradley, thank you, man. Thank you for being transparent and being open and sharing with everybody. So Abraham says, thank you, Max. Fire emojis. You're welcome, brother. Thank you for all the support. So do you wait to see the home before agreeing to the price? Does that matter in your numbers? Look at comps, man. Comparables will tell you what they're selling for. It's not, it's what the exit. Have the exit in mind. If you know that the exit price is going to be 100,000, then, and in an area where there's, where it's maybe not a lot of activity, you got to buy that thing at 40 cents on the dollar, maybe even 30 cents. That's where you should start your negotiations. Just keep in mind, look at the comparables. What are they selling for? Always have the exit in mind. Always. Listen, you get your money on the sell side, but you make your money on the purchase side, right? So comparables are going to help you with that, Shani, hopefully. And then I'm going to do a call for that. So Jay says, dope, no matter what, stick to the process. 100%. Guys, thank you for everything. I appreciate everyone being on here. And I got to go. I have a lunch meeting with my wife. So I'll talk to you guys later.